Hi everyone. I thought I'd make a little video series detailing certain parts of my aircraft, and a lot of this is for my future reference as well, but I thought I'd bring it along. First thing I'm going to talk about is the cowling and how I have it attached to the airplane itself. Someone had posted a comment about the easiest way to fasten your cowling onto your Zenith aircraft, and I'm going to go in detail showing you how easy it is using this hinge method with the hinge pins holding it in place. And this is Viking's idea, Viking aircraft engines, and I wasn't a big believer that it was all that easy in the very beginning. Jan said you don't need to make a door for your oil access to check the dipstick, to add oil, that type of thing. Well, I did that originally. I said, yeah, nothing's that easy. So I went ahead and added a door. I'd since closed it in with Lexan. You're going to see details of my aircraft that aren't perfect, and that's fine. This aircraft's not perfect by no means. I'm not a kit plane enthusiast builder. I don't think I have that level of skill to be that perfect, but it is safe. It's a safe airplane. But without further ado, let's show you my cowling and how easy it really is to first take off, and then I'll put it back on. The first thing I do to take it off, there's a hinge holding the cowling onto this top part of the fuselage. This just pulls right out, and I set that right there. And the next is this side hinge pin that comes right out like that, and I typically just put that right inside of my floorboard of my cockpit there. And there's over here on the right side, again, this just slides right out, very little effort, just like that. Of course, since all three hinge pins are out, I just lift up from this guy here, and as you can see, it just comes right off. So the bottom cowling has two hinges, one on the left, one on the right side, and just one little hinge pin supporting that. Out of this whole process, taking these in and out are probably the hardest thing. You'll hear me kind of hitting the side of it to make them go in, but let's take this one out. Again, now let's take it out. Boom, that one's disconnected. And a lot of times I'll just take this one halfway out, and then I'll go to the other side, take the other one actually all the way out, and I'll come back to this side again. And now for the right side, again, I'm just going to give it a little tap. There, and that pin is out. And the bottom cowling is free, but it gets wedged on this back plate here. You can see that's touching here. And let me come around. It also gets wedged sometimes on the muffler, but it didn't this time around. It's clearing the muffler. And back in there, the radiator area over on the other side there, the right side, is touching as well. But sometimes this part right here kind of doesn't clear, and you have to kind of manipulate it. So we'll start with the top hinge. It's actually fastened to the actual fuselage itself, and that's what this part looks like. These little lugs are facing down, and I did have to add some support brackets in here. Long story. Again, don't critique my airplane, please. I know it's not perfect. And I had to split the glare shield to go around these tubes at one point in time, so that I put another plate back in there, and then I added this after the fact, and then so I had to do some things. But anyway, that part is holding the top part, and over here on the side is the side hinge itself. And again, the hinge, this is for the bottom cowling, goes down in both sides. Again, that's for the top cowling, and the two halves joined together. So I'll walk you over here. Top part of the cowling here, I have the hinge just inside to join that with this. Simple enough. Same thing over here and over here. Now on the sides, sorry you can't see that real well, here's my side hinge, and over here is my side hinge over here, and that's how it connects to the fuselage. Something else I wanted to mention is Viking aircraft engines, they give you, when you buy their firewall forward kit, again, I'm not being sponsored by Viking. They're just, so far they've been great. Okay. Now, if they do wrong, I'll let you know. But as of now, they've been awesome. Okay. So let's see here. The original hinge pin that came with it was this guy here, and Viking actually gives you the smaller sized pins to make it easier to take your cowling on and off. And I've yet to use these. I think mine's fitting to me just perfect right now. So, sorry, I had this out for a reason. And I'm not sure how well you can tell. I don't know if we had good enough light, but again, that's the original. That's the smaller size. I haven't used a smaller size yet. Looks like it's probably at anything just one size smaller, but just to make it easier to join the two halves together. But again, I haven't needed it so far. All right, a little something I do anyway, a little tip for you is if I'm at my hanger, I take the pins out. I go ahead and use some Corrosion X on my pins here. All I do is spray a little, I spray a little dab of this on my paper towel. Just give it a little sweep. Boom. And that's all I do. I do that to all the pins before I stick them back in, as long as I'm at my hanger, just to get some of the crud off of them. All right, let's try to get the bottom cowling in. This is typically, like I said, the most challenging part, but we'll get in front of that spinner plate up here. See if we can capture that muffler or exhaust, and we did. See if I can hold it up into place here. And now I'm just going to line up my hinge on this side. And we got this one lined up, just going to get started. I'll probably push it in. And it's about right there, and I'll come and do the other side. And we're going to lift this up. There we go. So we line up all the hinge holes, put the pin in here. Now, one more time. There we go. Not sure how well you can see that. My arm's probably in the way, but anyway, got the hinge lined up there. We're going to give it some taps. That one went all the way in place, just like that. We'll go to the other side, finish that one up. All right, we're going to finish this one up. I'm just going to push down on it and give it a couple taps down here, and we're done. It's in place. The bottom cowling's in place, just like that. I'll show you the top cowling next. First thing I'm going to do is clock my propeller, just so I have an opening right here. Just something about like that. There you go. Because I'm going to be putting it on, coming dead on, trying to line up that hinge, that middle hinge, right over there by the firewall. All right, so I'm going to come around from the front of the cowling, or from the front of the airplane. I'm going to line up the little nubs on the pins back over there on the hinge, right over there. Line them up the best I can. Drop it down, and then what I end up doing is going to scoot it forward some. Or back, 1, 2, there we go. It kind of locks into place there. And so down inside this hole you can barely see, and you're not going to be able to see it on the camera, the little round circle, my first hole that I'm going to capture with this guy. Again, it's down in there a little bit. Sometimes I got to push down on the outside of this. It's going to wiggle a little bit, boom. And a little bit of resistance so you can actually feel that go in there, but that's locked into place on the top. The sides aren't bad either. You just got to get these kind of lined up. There's a certain fit, just like that. And I kind of hold that into place here. And when I do, again, down inside there's the first hole on that hinge. I just grab my hinge pin, try to, again, my eyes are getting worse and worse, but try to line up that hole. And it should slide right in. Again, just like that. Now let's go do the other side and we're done. Again, similar type of event here. That just falls right into place. Kind of hold the top part down and get my hinge pin, put in that first hole there. And again, just slides right into place like nobody's business. We're on. All right, that's it. That's how easy it is to take the cowling on and off the Zenith Cruzer. This is a Viking 130 cowling design, and there it is. Not bad at all. Thanks for joining me in this series. We'll detail something else next. I haven't decided what, but we'll see in a little bit.